famous. Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots around my neck.
And we are live. Welcome back to Mescalo Moguls. It's your boy, the one with the scar in his face, your boy Scarface. And I want to thank you guys for always joining in for the episodes, always tuning in, always supporting your boy. Because, you know, ever since the TikTok blew up, the podcast has been doing amazing. Mainly because you guys want to hear some of these like topics in longer form, if that makes sense. So, of course, I want to, you know, bring you guys all this information, like continue doing all this for you. So if you can, wherever you're listening to it, if you're watching the video, give us a thumbs up or leave us a 5-star. If you want to watch the video version, Spotify and YouTube. Otherwise, any other platform, you can watch us. And shout out to everybody who keeps donating every month. I truly do appreciate it. If you go to the Spotify, the podcasters for Spotify, the homepage, which is linked in the bio, and then you go and you can subscribe to donate whatever you guys want a month. I truly, truly, truly do appreciate it. And I always get asked for these Sleeping Goku pins and things like that. So we do sell them. The link is also in the bio. You know, we got the straight razor for the barbers out there. We got the Dinger baseball, you know, for the baseball fans out there. And we got the Sleeping Goku, the one that I always wear. Shout out to everyone who keeps buying the merch too. I know I always got to plug this stuff in the beginning. But today's episode I wanted to get into is, you know, almost dealing with heartbreak. Just because that's been a popular topic on my TikToks is dealing with heartbreak because it's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's not easy. So like the people that tell you, oh, just get over it and things like that. That's not the case. You know, it takes some healing and time. And so one of my flaws after every single breakup, you know, I've never admitted this. I've never, you know, this is a podcast first. After every breakup, I like instantly hooked up with another girl. Cause I thought that was coping. You know what I mean? Like obviously you go through a heartbreak and it sucks. Like, and I don't want to feel that way. And so in order not to feel that way, what did I do? I went and got with a different girl. Like, and no, it's not the way to go. It just makes you feel worse afterwards. And it's like a temporary fix. It's like one of those cheap Band-Aids. You know how you can get those like cheap Band-Aids and put it on, and then within like 20 minutes it's like peeling off already. And then by like an hour it fell off completely. That's how it is. It's not one of those like, you know, those fabric ones that stick on you and you can wear that thing for days after you shower and things like that, and it stays on. So that was my mistake, is thinking that literally every girl that I dated right after, within a week, I hooked up with somebody thinking that was going to fix it. And then now looking back, it doesn't. So like if you're listening to this and you've gone through a heartbreak and you're thinking that hooking up with somebody is going to fix your problem, no. You know, fix that heartbreak, no. It's only a temporary fix for that moment, but then you feel like shit afterwards, you know? For example, again, I don't talk about these things, but, you know, shout out to the podcast because you guys get this stuff out of me. So I remember I was dating this one girl, and we weren't working out, and like I was so like, after that argument that we had, I was just like, you know what, fuck this. I hit up this girl. I'm like, hey, yo, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm doing this and this and this. I'm like, you want to meet up right now? Just like, I was like, hey, you just want to meet up? It's been a while. You want to talk and things like that. And I knew what my intentions were, like going into it. And of course, we met up. We had a few drinks. One thing led to another. And we were hooking up, you know. And this was damn, I can't believe I'm talking about this. This was literally like, I'm putting just like times out there. I can't remember exactly the time, but it was the same day. We like literally broke up like at 5 p.m., right? Like legit, I'm just putting times. I don't remember exactly. Let's just say we broke up at 5 p.m. By 8 p.m., I was hooking up with this girl. Like, that's how fast it was. And like, I don't know why in my head I thought it was going to be like, oh, like, I'm going to get over this. You know, I'm going to get over this by hooking up with somebody else. And this legit happened with every one of my girlfriends. And I've only had 4 girlfriends, like 4 official girlfriends. The other ones were only like, trials. But after that, like I'm not joking. Like I literally went and hooked up with somebody just because I thought that's what was going to like fix me, and it wasn't, and it didn't do anything. Like, yeah, of course you busted a nut, and then what? Like what is it gonna do? It didn't fix the heartbreak. It didn't fix the way you were feeling inside. So that's why you have to be careful, And I came up with a list. I scoured the internet like I do, and let me see where it's at. And I just wanted to, put some context behind like some of the things that we're gonna talk about, because no, it did not fix my situation. So like if you're listening to this and you thinking that going out and hooking up with people is going to fix that heartbreak, no, it's only gonna make you feel like shit afterwards, and then it's not gonna fix your heartbreak. You're still gonna feel like that, and then now you're going like, what happens if you had a chance to work it out with the person that you were talking to, but now you don't, because say they find out or say something happens. So number one on my list that I have right here is emotional readiness. Ensure that you are emotionally ready for a casual encounter, that it won't lead to more confusion or hurt feelings. And that's what happened to me. Not hurt feelings, just more confusion, because like I said, like that girl, like, for example, we went from breaking up like at 5 p.m., just putting it out there. Like, I don't know exactly the time. But then by like 8 p.m., I was hooking up with another girl, thinking that this was going to fix me. I'll show her. Because after that, like, yeah, I texted a friend and I was like, hey, yo, like I broke up with so-and-so. And then I hooked up with so-and-so, thinking like that's going to fix my ego. Like that was just like a small ego boost. Like, because he was like, oh shit, that hell yeah. But no, it didn't fix nothing inside. I was still hurting because of that situation. Like, it didn't fix anything. That's why, like, if you're not emotionally ready, especially after a breakup, don't be like just hooking up with people thinking that it's gonna fix anything, because it didn't fix anything for me. I'll tell you straight up, honest right now, like it did not fix anything for me. It probably just made shit worse, because now you're just like, your head's all over the place. You're still thinking about this person. You went and did this, but like moments after, not moments, but like hours after breaking up, and then I don't know why I didn't learn that. I just, again, I count only 4 girlfriends. Okay. But after each one of them, I went and hooked up with somebody, like thinking that's going to fix. And I'm telling you right now, it did not do anything at all. Like, it's just a temporary fix, and it just messed up. It just made me even more confused, thinking like, like what the hell? Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm still hurting over the breakup. Cause let's be honest, no one's like 100% like, oh, like it didn't affect me. No, it affects everybody in a different way. It may not be right away, because for some people, like my situation, like say you break up with somebody and you go hook up with somebody else. Yeah, that's why some guys, when they break up, they'll go out and party and try to hook up with girls. But then that's because that's keeping their mind busy. And sometimes the girl's not doing the same thing. They're crying about it, talking with their friends about it, like dealing with the heartbreak. But then when like all this fun ends up running out, then this person starts missing that person and being like, oh shit, I think I fucked up. And then they try going back. That's when the ex comes back, and then like trying to fix things when you're already still in the process of healing, or who knows where you're at that time. And now, it just messes everything up. So, because you still kind of want to be with this person, but then they just left, it's just a bunch of confusion. That's why I said, like, just wait. Because usually the next person after that breakup is usually a rebound, okay? Number 2, if you are going to, communicate clearly. If you choose to engage in a hookup, communicate with your intentions, honesty, and the other person to avoid misunderstandings. Now, if you're just looking for like a good, obviously, we're adults, everybody has needs, and maybe that's something that you were lacking in your relationship, and so you went to go look for it in somebody. And just so they know, that way you're not leading on this person, have that conversation with them. Be like, yo, like, I'm just looking to have fun. I'm not looking to be in anything serious right now. And who knows, maybe they'll be in the same situation. They'll be like, yeah, let's be like some low key. I mean, you're not going to be straight up telling them, yo, we're going to be a sneaky link. It just like happens, she knows what it is. But even then, like, you still shouldn't do that right after a breakup, because again, you have your mind all over the place. You're unsure what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? Like that whole breakup phase, that feeling, like you're just like, what the fuck? Like you start thinking about this person, knowing that this person is not going to be around anymore, and like that kind of fucks you up, because that fucked me up, thinking of this girl, knowing that she's not going to be around anymore, and then that kind of fucks you up, knowing that she's probably going to go and talk to some other guy, that fucks you up. These are like some things that go through a guy's mind. They're not going to tell you. Of course, that went through my mind. And you want to reach out to this person, and some people don't, like myself, or some people. I mean, I kind of did reach out. Like some of these, like my exes, like this is why I have strict boundaries with exes, because I know how I was with my ex. Like we were still hooking up afterwards. You know what I mean? Like we were still hooking up. There's one of them that we were still hooking up, and she had a whole nother man, but we ain't gonna go there. That's none of my business. So that's why, like, you just gotta be careful out here. I really wanted to do this podcast just because, there is a lot of heartbreak, and you're gonna get your heart broken. It happens when you're a kid. It happens when you're an adult. It can happen whenever, and some people will instantly just like do something they regret right away too. Like say you break up with them and you go hook up with her friend, and then all of a sudden her friend's like, oh yeah, we hooked up. And then guess what? You just ruined that relationship. It's just hard. So you just got to be careful. Be careful out there. But if you are going to hook up with somebody afterwards, just because, if that wasn't working out for you, like say you weren't getting none, because I know some of these guys out here, like I found out this one dude was not getting none from his girl, and I was like, what the fuck? Like she was the type of girl that wasn't trying to hook up all the time and be spicy and stuff, and but yeah, they had been together for so long that it was just normal to him, but he was craving that. So that's why you gotta be careful out here. All right, so the next one that we have is emotional consequence. Understand that hooking up may not provide the emotional healing you seek and could potentially complicate your feelings further. And I was just talking about this. Like we instantly think, as guys, not all guys, but most guys, we instantly think that hooking up with somebody else or being with somebody else is going to fix that problem. Or it's just solely like a quick mask, a quick temporary fix. It's not. It didn't fix you, like you're still going through all those emotions. But now you think breaking up with this person and then getting with this person is going to fix that situation, or fix not the situation, but fix what you're feeling inside. And I'll tell you right now that this shit doesn't happen. It's a mask. It's a quick temporary fix, because like I said, I broke up with somebody and then instantly started hooking up with somebody else, thinking that was going to heal what's going on inside of me, and it didn't. It didn't fix anything, to be honest. It just ruined two different relations. You know what I mean? Like, because then this person finds out that you just hooked, like you literally just broke up with this person, and it turns into a mess. But just know it's not gonna fix you, fellas. Like I'm telling you right now, like if you really want to be with that person that you just broke up with, go and fix that. Going and trying to hook up with other people is not gonna fix anything. It's not gonna fix you. Most importantly, it's not going to fix you. Thinking that hooking up with somebody else, being with somebody else instantly is going to fix what you just went through, which is a heartbreak. And let's be honest, the longer you've been with this person, the harder it's going to be, like the heartbreak. There's different scenarios, like say you guys had like checked out of the relationship a long time ago, and so like once you leave and you really don't care, and so again, that's different. But if you just like, when you're like arguing, fighting, and you're trying to work it out, but then it's not working out, and then you're finally like, fuck this, I'm leaving, and you leave, like break up and you're officially done, going and hooking up with somebody else is not going to fix you. Like, I'll tell you that right now. Like, it did not fix me at all. I thought it was going to. Like, you instantly think it's going to fix your heartbreak. And no, like, instead, now looking back, what I learned is just taking some time and to, like, process everything that's going on. Like, process everything that happened. Let myself to hurt, because that's the best way to get over something, is that feeling that hurt and going through it instead of trying to mask it with something else, meaning like trying to go and be with a different girl, like, and trying to mask that heartbreak, thinking that's going to fix the problem, which it doesn't. It may fix you, but I'm telling you right now, it didn't fix me at all. You know, it just made shit worse, like, and just confused the hell out of me even more. So again, fellas, if you don't want to ruin that relationship, and if you want to make it work, actually try to make it work. If not, then just go through the pain. Go through the pain. Don't put somebody else through some bullshit, meaning like going and just messing around with their emotions and stuff like that, and exchanging energies like that. Because now, not only are you fucked up, she's fucked up, and now she's fucked up because you used her, and, you know, nobody wins. And now you're even in a worse position, you know, than you had started it. So you just got to be careful. All right, the next one that we have is other coping strategies. Explore healthier ways to deal with a breakup, such as seeking support from friends, family, or a therapist, rather than solely relying on casual encounters. I fucking can't say it. And this is so true, and it's something I wish I would have done. Now looking back, if I get my heart broken again, if I get my heart broken one more time, I got one relationship left in me. Like, if that shit happens again, like, that's it. I'm gonna be a male gigolo. I'm gonna sell my body. Like, that's it. We ain't being in no relationship. I'm just joking. But, you know, if it happens to happen again, you know, because we never know what the future holds for us, you know. And if it's the wrong person, you know, obviously, like, you guys will grow apart, and then you guys will realize that. But if it were to happen again, I know what to do now, is go through the pain, go through the heartbreak, keep myself distracted, because it doesn't fix anything. I remember my first, like, obviously we've had like our little like flings here and there, but in those, really, like, when you separate, it's really nothing. But like my first heartbreak, I remember that shit. That shit hurt, you know. And of course, I think almost everybody probably bust out crying. And then, like, I remember, like, I was talking to my mom about it, and I was just, it was just crazy. So, like, also, for example, like the same girl, after we had broken up. So if you go to my TikTok, I talk about a story where I almost cheated, right? Meaning, like, this girl had came over. She got all the way into, like, the front of the house. And then I got cold feet, ended up telling her not to come, right? But then after we broke up, who do you think my first phone call was? Her. Because I knew she was down to get busy, you know? And so I'm thinking it's going to fix me. You know, I was like, man, I don't need to heal. I'm good, you know. You call her up, and it was almost like an ego thing too. Like, I was like, shit, I still got it, you know. Like, I still got it after being in this long relationship. And then after we hooked up, I'm thinking, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking she's gonna come over, we gonna hook up, things are gonna go like differently. Everything's gonna be good. I'm gonna be fixed inside. No, I was still fucked up. I was still fucked up, and it took a while for me to heal after that, you know? And again, what helped me the most after that breakup was the gym. I went from being like pretty heavy to like super slim. Like, I dropped a lot of weight because all I did was like gym. Because all I was doing, honestly, was going to work, gym, going home, locking myself in the room every day for like 6 months. You know, every now and then I would go with some friends and things like that, you know, like show your face. but that was like more forced than anything because I didn't want them to start questioning me or them thinking like, oh, this guy's depressed or anything like that. So, I would show my face. But the worst thing I did was lock myself in the room, like do that, which it didn't help. I did that again, like masking it with other people, thinking that hooking up with this other person was going to fix me, and it didn't fix me. And then I went through the whole like thing of should I call her or should we work things out? But then I started thinking about it. We've tried to work things out so many times and it hasn't worked. Like how many times am I going to try? And so I had to sit through the pain. But at the same time, like I thought like messing around with different girls or talking to different girls was going to fix me. And I'll tell you right now, that shit did not fix me. It just honestly made the healing process longer. I think that's the best bet to say. Like, I think it actually did make the healing process a lot longer because I just needed to go through it. Instead of getting these temporary serotonin fixes, like that dopamine fix, because like when you're about to hook up with somebody, you know what I mean? Like you get that whole dopamine hit, like you're hooking up with somebody, and then after it's over and when they're gone, you're just like, now what? So I just want to let people know just to be careful because there's even like the people who cheat and then you guys break up and they're like, should I cheat back to get back at them? No, that's not going to do anything, to be honest. What is it going to do? It's going to create more arguments. It's going to create more issues within your guys' relationship, especially if you guys are trying to work it out. Because say that he cheated, right? And then you go and cheat on somebody and you tell him, you just made shit even worse, even worse, not even worse than like the relationship, because the relationship's already fucked at that point. You made it worse within yourself because trust me, you're just gonna be like, fuck, like I went and did this because I thought it was gonna get revenge, and honestly, it just made me feel worse. Because I've seen it. I know this one chick. She got cheated on, and she went and cheated, and it didn't help her. She still like went through her whole like breakup, depressed. She said that she wished she would have never done that. The guy doesn't care because he got some. Like he don't care. But her, like, it didn't fix anything. The revenge cheating does not work. Like I don't understand why people think that that's going to work, or it's going to like, yeah, it might hurt his feelings too. But I mean, if that's what you wanted, mission accomplished. But it's not gonna fix you. It's gonna make shit worse. So if you care more about what they're feeling than what you're feeling, then go for it. Because you're gonna feel like shit afterwards. He's gonna feel like shit. But if you don't revenge cheat, then guess what? Yeah, you're still gonna feel like shit. But you didn't go and do that and like mess yourself up even more, like hooking up with somebody else. And so, honestly, I can't believe I actually talked about some of these things on the podcast, to be honest, just because, I have never told anybody that. I know for a fact I never told. I hooked up with somebody, and especially that one where I literally broke up. Well, I told a friend, but I didn't tell, like, I don't tell public. I'm like, hey, I did this. No, I still remember it. Like, I remember when we broke up, I was so mad. Not mad. I was like mad, upset, like a whole bunch of different emotions. And the first thing I thought of, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna go like and do this. Hit this girl up. Went hooked up same day. And it did absolutely nothing. That's why, like, I hope some guys are able to listen to this and also get some advice from this, from me, especially like if you want to go and do it and like experience it for yourself and see that it's not going to help you in any way, then go for it. That's how we learn. We go out there and we experience shit and we learn. Or if you want to take my advice and know that that shit does not work and it just messes you up even more, it messes the relationship up even more, and it messes up the person you used even more, so that's why I wanted to do this episode. That way, everybody thinks about it before doing that. And and also I got back from Las Vegas. A little segue. I got back from Vegas. And after going to Vegas, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit too. We went to the Barber Expo. This, and putting yourself in the right doors, the right rooms, motivates you. Like, it's unbelievable how I got motivated like in different rooms with some of these influencers in like the barber world. And I'm like, damn, like these dudes are killing it. It's not out of reach. Like, a lot of people think a lot of these things are unattainable, but they're right there. We just have to put in the work. That's all we got to do. And I was having a conversation with somebody earlier, and she put herself in the right room, and she was able to talk to this person that she thought she would never. She even got invited to dinner, with this person to go and like just chat. And that's what I got super motivated because, shout out to the people that said what's up out in the concert. I went to, shout out to DJ Exile, Rumbazo, I was out there. Shout out to the people who went and said what's up to me. Like, it's crazy because like I was just vibing, having a good time. And then, somebody came up and they're like, hey, I watch your TikToks. And I was like, oh shit, okay, I see you. Thanks for watching the stuff. And then all of a sudden, like, somebody else is like, hey, look, I watch your stuff. And I'm like, oh shit, this shit is crazy. And then I posted a story too, and then there was this guy. He's like, I swear I saw you at the concert. He's like, man, I didn't know if it was you. He's like, that looks like the dude Scarface. And he's like, I should have said what's up. But, but the main thing here that I'm trying to, talk to you guys about is putting yourself in these right rooms, that even if you have to pay to put yourself in these right rooms, meaning like, if you have to go to some sort of convention, some sort of like event, put yourself in those right rooms because you never know who you might meet. And same for me, like I put myself in these rooms, I start talking to these people, and like you start networking, and you realize how things, like you can do things, like you can get to these positions. It's just, how much work are you willing to put in? Like, are you willing to put 100% effort into whatever you're doing? Like, nobody's forcing me to do these podcasts. Nobody's forcing me to do the TikToks. Even like when my main account got suspended, I still don't know what's going on with it. Most people would have been like, damn, I put in all that work just to get suspended, Or there's people like myself who was like, damn, we got suspended. All right, it just means we got to run it back, Because if I did it one time, I can definitely do it 2 times. What makes you like that? I'm not a one-hit wonder. It wasn't because one video popped off and then all of a sudden like, of course, there was some videos in between that popped off, but for the most part, people really enjoyed the content, And then that's, as soon as I started posting again, we got back up to 10K fast. Like I was like, see, people enjoy the content. If the content was shit, we wouldn't gain a following again. If the content is good, people are gonna be. I get messages every day, be like, "What happened to your account? Oh shit, I'm so glad I found your new account." Obviously, I should have made a backup account beforehand, but we learn. So that's why like I know for a fact I can grow this shit to be something huge to help a bunch of people, because that's what we're doing. Yes, we talk about the spicy stuff. Yes, we talk about like funny stuff and things like that. But at the end of the day, we are helping people. Like, I'm helping people. You guys are helping people as well. Like commenting on the TikToks, sharing them, educating other guys, sending them to your boyfriends, having your boyfriend message me, getting all pissed off. But it's because I'm calling them out, I'm calling them out like on their BS. Like, trust me, I was on my BS too. Not so much anymore, and I'm not trying to be on my BS anymore, but, we just gotta keep growing. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I plan on keep hustling, keep grinding. Like, we on grind mode. My goal for this year was to get up to 100,000. Obviously, we got suspended, but I'm just like, all right, cool. We got suspended. We're going to run it up again. By the end of the year, hopefully I'm back up to anywhere between 20 to 30,000. And then we'll slowly start building like that. Shit happens, but it all depends. It's funny because it all depends on how you fall down. What if the universe is telling me, yo, are you really serious about this? All right, cool. We're going to get rid of your main account, run it up again. If you're serious about it, you'll run it up again. And that was me saying that, all right, that's exactly how I thought. I was like, this is the universe telling me, like, if I really want this, I got to do it again. If I truly enjoyed doing what I'm doing, I got to run it up again. And what do you think I'm going to do? We going to run it up again.
Talking to the real me, yeah.